All right, let's jump right into this. Beterbiev versus Bivol. I mean, just saying their names, you know it's going to be big.
No doubt. No doubt. This was one of those fights everyone's been waiting for, right? And for good reason.
It's more than just another title defense, that's for sure.
Way more. You've got legacies on the line here. Two guys who are undefeated at the top of their game. Undisputed light heavyweight championship on the line. Haven't seen that in, since Roy Jones Jr.?
99, I think. Crazy to think about.
It's huge. But let's break it down a bit. Beterbiev, the guy's a knockout artist. Plain and simple.
20 fights, 20 wins, all by knockout. That's got to mess with your head, even before you step in the ring with him.
Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing. To focus only on the power, it's like you miss part of what makes him so good, you know?
So there's more to him than just those haymakers.
Right. This isn't just a brawler, swinging wildly. The guy's got a plan. He breaks his opponents down, wears them out. He's got this real ring IQ.
So it's like he lures them in, makes them think they've got him figured out.
Exactly. They get cautious, maybe a little too cautious, and bam, he capitalizes on that, And the stamina on this guy, 12 rounds, no problem.
Which makes his opponent even more intriguing, right? Because Bivol's not exactly known for being this knockout puncher. He's got power, sure, but it's more about...
It's about precision, control. That Canelo fight, that was a masterclass, plain and simple.
Thinking one of the best to ever do it.
Exactly. And that's what makes this matchup so fascinating. Can Bivol do the same thing to Beterbiev? Can he use that jab, that footwork, that ring generalship to frustrate Beterbiev, make him work harder than he wants to?
Beterbiev's older, right? And he's had those injuries.
Yeah, and those are definitely factors. I mean, Bivol's the kind of fighter who can make every round feel like a marathon.
So what should we be looking for, specifically when it comes to Bivol's style? How does he break Beterbiev down?
Well, that jab is key. It's not just about scoring points. It's about keeping Beterbiev at bay, disrupting his rhythm. And the footwork, man, Bivol's got to be light on his feet, make Beterbiev chase him, tire him out. But, and this is the big question, can he take those power shots? Because Beterbiev, when he connects, you feel it.
Yeah, everyone's saying Bivol needs to be at the highest level to win this, but why is that so important against Beterbiev specifically?
Because Beterbiev, he doesn't just wait for an opening, he creates them. You get a little sloppy with your footwork, your guard drops for even a second when you're tired, and that's it, he's on you. Bivol can't afford to have a single weak moment, not for 12 rounds.
We saw Bivol take some serious shots from Joe Smith Jr., though, and not only did he stay on his feet, he came back strong. Can he tap into that same, that same resilience?
That's what we're all wondering, right? Smith Jr. hits hard, sure, but Beterbiev's different. It's a different kind of power,
Yeah.
More calculated, more about breaking you down than just a knockout blow.
So even the way they deliver those punches, that plays into this whole mental game.
100%. And that's where that Canelo fight, that experience, could be huge for Bivol. He's already been in there with the best, felt that pressure, the whole world reaching. That's invaluable.
He's been in the fire, for sure. Has Beterbiev, though, undefeated record aside, has he faced someone with Bivol's combination of skill and maybe even more importantly, his mental toughness?
And that is the million-dollar question, isn't it? That's what makes this fight so compelling.
That's like Bivol's already had his rocky moment, facing these giants. But Beterbiev, he brings something different.
Yeah, he's a different beast altogether.
It's not just about skill at this point. It's about heart, too, isn't it?
100%. You don't get to be 39 years old, undefeated, with that kind of knockout record without having something special inside.
Right.
He's had setbacks, injuries, the wait for this title shot.
He's had to earn it.
He's definitely earned it. But could that hunger play into Bivol's hands? It's interesting to think about.
How so?
Well, we talk about the pressure Beterbiev brings, how he breaks opponents down, but Bivol, he's so calm, so measured in there. What if instead of crumbling under that pressure, he uses it?
Uses it how?
Makes Beterbiev work harder, gets him frustrated, Bivol's so elusive.
Oh, so Beterbiev, used to dictating the fight, suddenly he's the one on the back foot. His power's neutralized because Bivol's just...
dancing around him.
Exactly.
It's a possibility, for sure. And let's not forget, both these guys, they can take a punch.
Yeah, Beterbiev's never been knocked down. And Bivol, Smith Jr. landed some bombs on him.
Took him like a champ. So this could become a war of attrition, A chess match that turns into a slugfest.
And that's when it gets really interesting, right? Because who has more gas in the tank in those later rounds?
Right.
Bivol's younger, but we know Beterbiev can go the distance.
That's where those past injuries, Beterbiev's shoulder, his ribs, that knee surgery, that all comes into play.
It's got to affect him at some point, right?
It could. Can he maintain that same pressure for 12 rounds against someone as quick, as technically sound as Bivol? Or will Bivol have to dig deeper than he ever has before? We've heard his team talking about how he's got to show us something different in this fight. Well, this might be where we see it.
That's what I love about boxing. The physicality, it's only half the story. It's that mental game, the adjustments you have to make, those moments where you've got to find something extra.
It's a chess match.
Yeah.
But every move could be a knockout. And the stakes,
Yeah.
they don't get much higher than this.
Undisputed light heavyweight championship. We haven't had one in, what is this, the four-belt era.
This is to make history, literally.
Legacy-defining fight for both of these guys. If Beterbiev wins, I mean, where do you even rank him?
We're talking about all-time great power punchers.
Yeah.
Foreman, Tyson. He's right up there with those guys.
Dominating.
Exactly. But if Bivol wins, after Canelo, that cements him as a master technician, the guy who can outthink anyone.
Beating the best in the world back-to-back.
The stuff of legend, honestly.
Yeah.
And just imagine the impact on the sport.
Everyone would be studying Bivol, trying to figure out how he did it.
You would have the blueprint for dethroning a king. It'd be huge.
And this isn't just some manufactured rivalry, you know?
No.
This is as real as it gets.
Two guys at the absolute top of their game, undefeated, completely different styles.
And they're doing it in Saudi Arabia, which, let's face it, that's where these mega fights happen now.
The atmosphere is going to be electric. The whole world will be watching. And that pressure, that spotlight, it's just another layer on top of everything else. How they each handle that, it could be the deciding factor.
You know, it's funny when you think about it. We always talk about these huge boxing matches as like East versus West or whatever.
Right.
But Beterbiev and Bivol, I mean, they're both products of that Eastern European school of boxing, aren't they?
Absolutely. That strong amateur pedigree, that foundation in technical skills, discipline,
Yeah.
It's there for both of them. But, and this is important, to make it to the top, to become champions, they both had to, adapt.
Find their own way.
Exactly. Develop their own unique approach to the sport. It's like almost like
two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, kind of. Or like, two branches of the same family tree.
Yeah.
But they're each representing a different philosophy of fighting. You know what I mean?
I like that. Okay, so Beterbiev, he's like that relentless pressure, that power.
Right. Wearing you down, breaking you down.
And then Bivol, he's more about adaptability, precision, waiting for that perfect moment to strike.
And now we get to see, which philosophy wins out in the end.
So beyond the belts, beyond bragging rights even, what does a win here mean for their legacies? Let's start with Beterbiev. What if he wins this? How will he be remembered?
Man, if he pulls this off, he's in a league of his own. We're talking about, this is a guy who would be remembered as one of those rare fighters, the ones who had it all. The power, the technique, the ring IQ.
The total package.
Exactly. The kind of boxer that, future generations are going to be studying his tapes, trying to figure out his secrets.
He'd be up there with the all-time greats. Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, those guys who were just forces of nature.
No doubt about it. And Bivol, a win over Beterbiev after already beating Canelo. I mean, talk about cementing your legacy. He'd be a legend.
The thinking man's champion.
Right. The guy who showed the world that, you can outsmart, outmaneuver, and outlast even the most powerful punchers in the world.
A strategist like a Sugar Ray Robinson or a Floyd Mayweather Jr., those guys who turn the ring into like their own personal chessboard.
Exactly. And think about the ripple effect this could have. I mean, does a Bivol win? Does that usher in a new era of boxing?
Or it becomes more about technique and strategy again.
Maybe. Maybe it's not just about who hits the hardest anymore, but who fights the smartest, who controls the fight, even if the average fan doesn't, that doesn't even realize what they're watching.
So much happening beneath the surface.
Exactly. And that's what makes this so fascinating, right? It's not just about what happens in the ring on fight night. It's about how it affects the sport, the fans, even years down the line.
When you put it like that, it really makes you realize this fight, this is about so much more than just two guys, two undefeated records.
It's about legacies, about the evolution of boxing.
Two different paths to greatness.
Exactly. And that's what's made this deep dive so interesting. We're not just talking about a fight here, are we?
Not at all. It's bigger than that. And I think when we all tune in to watch this fight, that's what we have to remember. It's not just about picking a winner. It's about appreciating, witnessing a truly special event.
A clash of titans, two warriors at the top of their game. And honestly, it's a testament to how exciting, how unpredictable boxing can still be even after all these years.
And don't forget to check out our website, magazine, social media site, YouTube channel, and merchandise. Come join the last place in the world for real fans of the sweet science over at www.punchjunkie.network. We've got everything a true punch junkie needs to satisfy their boxing fix. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you